Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here, and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. I am pleased to present to you some of Fast Model's most popular plays, and today we're going to go through my alma mater's offense, the swing offense from Wisconsin. And it's interesting because it starts out a lot like the triangle offense with a two-guard front, two forwards, and a center. So really simply, we start out with the guards, as far as spacing goes, should have their inside foot along the lane line on both sides. That gives you nice spacing. You always know where you should be. And for the wings, what I like to have them do is be even with the top of the key extended. So no longer do we talk about the free throw line extended. We talk about top of the key extended and where that intersects with the straight part of the three-point line. It's a nice way without having to mark the floor at all for the players to know where they should be. So the first look out of the swing offense is usually the guard brings it up and looks for the center, which is nice because if you do get that pass there, most likely the guy guarding him will be out of position, right? Because he's not in the right position to stop in the first place. And he can quickly throw it to him up high where the target is, and he can quickly get that pass and get a layup, okay? Doesn't usually happen, but that's the first look. If that's not there, we quickly do a guard forward pass. Now, there are a lot of rules in this offense, which is kind of nice because you can drill the rules into your players and they don't have to think about it after a while. The guard forward pass triggers an exchange. Very simple, not even a screen, just an exchange. And the purpose of that is to occupy the defense so that you have more space over here while the defenders have to be a little bit more aware of what's happening over this side. Okay, again, you can look for a pass into the post. If that's not open, again, we now initiate our UCLA motion, which is a UCLA cut. This guard can read the defense and decide which way he wants to go, either strong side like he went or weak side. If you have a big guard and he's quick and he can jump well, he can go on the weak side part and you can throw it up for a lob. Now, after he screens, he's going to step out. This is pure UCLA high post, and he passes it to him. When we have a forward to guard pass, that is the other rule that triggers a flare screen. This is nice because it's the big man who can see over that and maybe get a nice little shot there. And besides, when that shot is not there, you should be able to swing it pretty easily because why is it not there? They all kind of shifted over a little bit to watch for that, and that leaves you open to get up on the guard spot. So now we have guard to guard. This is another rule, and the guard to guard pass triggers a shuffle cut. A shuffle cut is a weak side screen from the center to the forward cutting across. It's one of the oldest cuts we have in the book. The guard here looks to see if he can get it there. If not, we quickly hit the ball to the wing, and now we again look for the post up. At this point, we are almost in the exact same spot we started from, and that's another nice thing about the swing. The name kind of insists that it swings back and forth, and it's symmetrical, so we're going to get the same kind of action happening again. So as soon as this happens, he can't get the post, we do a UCLA cut. He cuts through on the strong side, pops out. This will trigger now a down screen, and he comes out, and he opens up. Now, guard to guard, shuffle cut, look, pass. Here, look, good. Can't get it, step up, UCLA cut. Doesn't get it there, pop out, swing. We have an exchange, good. Now guard to guard is this is what I like here. Now you have the center getting a shuffle cut for the low post. Keep going all the way down, swing it. Now here's the one thing you got to be careful with, and I think it's really important, is spacing. You don't want to get stuck sort of in between the corner and the forward. Then your angles get a little screwy. It makes it easier for the defense to guard you. So really do your best to maintain spacing, on that high and wide up here. I'd even be higher and wider. Because remember, everybody can now shoot that three-pointer. Even at the high school level, nobody really shoots at this line anymore, as far as I'm concerned. You just played high school basketball, right? Everyone's shooting it back here, right? And that gives you an extra half second to get it open. So that's where we want you to be. And now we're right back where we started again, and it's a very simple flow. So why don't you guys step back to one and show us the flow and go back and forth a few times. Good. Pop out. Okay, watch for Anthony. Now hit Anthony in the post, and Anthony can score. Good. Terrific stuff. So what you just saw was a nice shuffle cut for the big man to get a layup down low. That could have either been a post-up or what we saw, which is a cut. But I also want to show you another option, which is that flare screen, and how you can get a great shot out of that. Good. Okay, now let's go over the fundamentals of the flare screen just so we can throw it in here. It's really important that you don't back up into this because you're not going to be balanced and you're not going to have enough speed to get open. It needs to be set up right with even like a V-cut, right? Like you're going that way. Now you're going to run your man as he's going up. Now here's the thing. Let me guard you and I'll show you how this is going to look. If you V-cut, I now move a little bit. I have to, or else you're going to beat me over the top, right? That's when you come right at my back, and before I can even turn, you have to be, yeah, right there. That's what a flare cut is, and you throw it. Good, that's it. Good. Okay, now let's do one last wrinkle out of that, which is when they figure that's going to happen and they jump out at that, you're going to now dive to the basket and you're going to hit him for the layup. Good. If you drill those things, you can just work on a quick two-line drill where all you have is the guy screen, and you have a coach could throw that, or a player can throw that there, and he can keep shooting and shooting, and then you can switch it where now I'm gonna flare screen and then I cut, and you keep finishing, because we talked about this before. You can get that nice cut out of these offenses that open up the basket area, but if you can't finish, the coach loses his hair, basically. So you have to be able to learn and drill into your players every kind of finish at the basket for these things, because you don't get that many opportunities, and you don't want to lose a 1 or 2 point game because you miss a couple of layups off of your really well executed offense. One more shot you can get out of this is after you swing the ball once, there's a nice little pin down for the guard coming out. There's a little bit of a timing issue, so we're going to show you how it works and then make sure you understand when that action has to happen to get open. There it is. Good shot. So remember what's happening here. And one thing we can talk about as well is the ball is there, and you're going to go upset a UCLA cut, or you guys were switched, right? The key here on the UCLA cut is that you have to wait. The guard has to wait till he gets up above the free throw line. Right now we're getting a little loose with that, what I'm seeing you guys doing, which is totally fine. But we want to make sure we get up here and set that screen. The reason being is if it's too low, take 2 steps low like where it was. Now if I get here and I'm open, I catch it. Look where I am. I have to catch it here, looking all the way away from the basket, and now I got to turn and find it, right? Where is it? Come up way high. If I come off that UCLA, yeah, around the 3-point line, this is great. Now look at this, right? Boom, now I can see the whole world in front of me. So it's really important that we get that. And also, if you go too early, what's going to happen? You're going to get a foul called on you, right? So here's the ball. Why don't you come up here as the guard, and you're going to set the UCLA cut. So this guy has to wait down low. This is the key for the pin down. So he is watching this, and the nice thing about this position is that you get to see everybody. You can even back up a little bit just so you can see, maybe make your man fall asleep a little bit with just standing there. So as you do the UCLA cut, as soon as that pass is thrown, released, to the top, as soon as it's released there, then he cuts up, okay? That's the timing of it. So it's not when he catches it, it's when the ball leaves his hand. So you have to watch. You might fake that pass, right? You don't want to go yet. You got to wait till the ball leaves his hand on the way to that guard for the forward guard pass. Then we get that cut up for that shot. So there you have it, sports fans. That's the swing offense in the very basic form. I kind of like it. It goes back and forth, side to side, symmetrically. And it's a good offense you could run at the lower levels as well. And you can obviously see there's a lot of options you can get out of that. Well, don't forget to go to Fast Model and check out their vast library of plays. You will become a better coach and a player by studying what they have on there. And if you get their app, you can design your own plays. It's very cool. Well, don't forget, sports fans, at B-Ball Breakdown, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You win,